But trying to balance all of that stuff, guys, it was just drive and passion, vision, and she just was going to not be denied. Nation. And she got up every single day.
Good morning. And do the wake-up call.
You know, so that 22 years
Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Success story is real. It's possible. So you need to take 22 years. In fact, I'm rambling now. But Diane was one of the first, you know, she's I can count on. I always say this too. Like on one hand, she actually made money in her first year. I certainly did not. I don't know anybody aside from like maybe 3 people who made money in their first year because she focused on product sales. And she followed the trade. And she got out there and built.
Good morning, Dina. I'm sorry, I'm not saying anything. Brian's just getting the call started. I got a good call this morning.
Diane Hochman, L7, good morning. Welcome to the Wake Up Call.
Good morning, everybody, and happy St. Patrick's Day. And Brian, you did not get the story mixed up. I was working in education, and then I left to be a stay-at-home mom and ran my family broke. And that's how I got into the industry. So I was a little bit of both. I worked in education. Yeah. No, it's all good. But I want the people to know so that you guys know, yes, I had a job and I suited up every day. And then I cried because my babies were far away from me and I was worried about them at daycare. And then I decided to go ahead and quit my job. And then I learned the hard way that they weren't sending me $47,000 a year anymore, but I was still spending it. And that's how I became ripe. And think about that. You're looking, and this is not my topic for the morning, but I'm just off on a tangent because that's what I do. Everybody loves when I go on tangents. Don't you say yes. Oh, please. Approve of me, please. That's how I became ripe to be open to a business opportunity. And that's a big part of the game is locating people that are ripe. That's why we love to use tools and systems that sort the people for us so that the people that are popping out are the exact right people that are ripe. That person, it's you know, an old MLM saying is it's pretty hard to say the wrong thing to the right person and it's hard to say the right thing to the wrong person. It's just kind of an old saying, but it's really true. If somebody had asked me, do you want to join a biz op 2 years earlier, there's no way I would have even gone to the meeting. But somebody said, hey, do you want to make some extra money? Actually, that's a lie. I went to a meeting thinking it was about, you know, weight loss. And turned out it was product and business. And I saw the business and I was ripe. So it was a done deal. And that was 22 years ago. And here we are. So today, guys, I want to talk about, because it's St. Patrick's Day, right? And I'm wearing my only green thing that I own. And I have on green uneven eyeshadow today. So it's pretty weird, but that's okay. I tried to be Irish today. They always talk about the luck of the Irish and the pot of gold at the other side of the rainbow or under the rainbow. I want to talk about the luck of the marketer. The luck of the marketer. How many times have I heard someone say, like I was just on the phone yesterday, one of my best friends who's probably the top paid woman in network marketing. If not, she's in the top 5. And a lot of people say, oh, she was just lucky. She was just lucky. And I think it's funny because I was with her when she started this company, when the company was brand new, and I watched the work and I saw what she did and I saw what she went through. The woman was not lucky, or was she? Let's talk about the luck of the marketer. Same with me. You know, how'd you get to be the number 1 affiliate? She was just lucky. She just hung around and she's just lucky. Okay. There's a lot of work that goes into all of this. So let's talk about the luck of the marketer. If you are home at a desk and have a notebook, I would pull it out because this is going to be helpful. The first thing that's going to make you lucky, want to get lucky? Well, let's say there's a song, stay up all night to get lucky, stay up all night to get lucky. I did stay up all night to get lucky. I used to work all night. Luck of the marketer, first thing, if you want to get lucky, you got to be consistent. Let's talk about that. Go on. I go on TikTok. I made one yesterday that cracked me up. I need to make some today. I go on TikTok. I'm not exactly a TikTok master. Most of my videos get 200 or 300 views, right? 200 or 300 views is nothing. But then I make one video and that video gets 11,000 views. And I make another video and I took a video that I only got like 200 views on TikTok and I threw it over on YouTube Shorts and I got I think it's like 39,000 views right now. Okay, so if you create content every day, you're consistent, right? If you're consistent or you meet people every day or you prospect, somebody just prospected me with a classical MLM script, classical script. They just prospected me. They did it classically, and I'm sure they do it every day. You can tell they're doing, however many a day, 5 a day, 10 a day, whatever they do. If you're consistent, you're going to win, or at least you're going to get lucky. Because how did I get a video with 29,000 views, which still isn't that many in the TikTok universe or in the short video universe? But how did I get a video that did 29,000? The way I got the video was I did video every day, and I put the video on multi-platforms every day. And sooner or later, one of them had to go wild. It's just, write this down. Sinaloa, Sinaloa, safety in numbers and the law of averages. If you prospect 10 people a day, right, that's 300 a month, right? 300 a month. You got to find someone. I mean, you got to find someone unless your skills are really weak, and then you got to work on your skills, but you got to find someone, because consistency is always going to win. If you're doing video, you're doing lives, you're doing blog posts, you're doing whatever you're doing. If you're consistent, you're going to get better, and or one of them will catch fire. Talk about consistency. When I started kind of in the attraction marketing world around 2005, 2006, I was working with somebody, and we did conference calls Monday through Thursday. We did conference call every night, Monday through Thursday, 9:27 p.m., which is a weird time, but he was a weird guy, right? 9:27 p.m., we did a conference call. And then one night he just went, I don't feel like doing them anymore. Unusual man. He goes, I don't feel like doing them anymore. And I said, well, wait, we got all these people. We have this whole audience. Why, for the life of me, I understood what an audience was back then. Why I understood the value of the audience back then, I don't know, because nobody even used the word audience at the time. But I was like, we have all these people, and they're looking for us, and they're used to coming. How about I just do the calls? He goes, you can do whatever you want, kid. I'm not doing them. And so I started doing conference calls 4 nights a week. Different content every night. It wasn't a script. It wasn't the same. Different content 4 nights a week. How long do you think it took me to get pretty good at doing conference calls? Not even having to think, becoming what we call unconsciously competent. I don't have to worry about what I'm going to say on a conference call, guys. I got on the conference call today while Brian was talking at the beginning. He does the pre-show. I just wrote down 4 bullet points. I didn't have to think about it. Am I so great? Am I so talented? No, I was consistent. And when you're consistent, you get lucky. The next one, which goes hand in hand, which is creating content. If you're constantly creating a library of content, and I preach this over and over and over to people, people think I'm going to post something and somehow people are going to show up and they're going to buy stuff from me. Doesn't work that way. Doesn't work that way. People think I'm going to do a Facebook Live and people are going to show up and they're going to buy something from me. People think I'm going to do anybody who's on YouTube right now can tell you getting views is harder than ever. Right? I used to put up a video, go to bed, wake up, there's 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 views today. I put up a video, go to bed, and there's 37 views, right? My hardcore fans, you know who you are and I love you, right? They always leave me a comment. Okay, but I have a couple of hardcore fans and I got to put up that content for them. When you put up content and create a library of content, and it could be email letters, it could be written pieces, doesn't matter. When you do that, what happens is you start to own all this internet real estate, okay? Can I tell you a secret? Sometimes you use a term, like I used a Taylor Swift song to talk about ADHD and being an entrepreneur, right? You got nothing in my head, right? And I used the Taylor Swift song. Well, apparently 1 million people searched the term that I used in the description, and that's how I got so many views. And then, of course, people saw what I was talking about and started to ask me about it or bounce to my website, etc. It was just me making content and getting lucky. But if I hadn't made the content and I hadn't done it daily, I wouldn't have gotten lucky. Now, people used to think, I don't have time to make content. If you got a phone and you got 30 seconds, you can make content. Next one, building a list. Okay, building a list. Oh, nobody wants to be on my email newsletter. Nobody will listen to me. Nobody's interested in my giveaways. First of all, if you got the accelerator, and guys, if you didn't, don't boo-hoo. Just get to work so that the next time we have a cool offer available, you can get it. It's no big deal. It's no big deal. Don't let that kind of thinking get in your head. But if you got the accelerator and you follow through with us, you're going to build a list. You can't not build a list. When you have a list and you get to email the list and invite people, let's say you have a new product that came out at your company this week, you have super duper lip balm or something, right? If you have been very consistently building up that list and you have a list of 1,000 people, if you send out an offer for super duper lip balm, you're going to get 5 people that buy it, right? And that's because you have 1,000 people to talk to. You've gained leverage. You know what? You're going to get lucky. You might send out an email for super duper lip balm and get 10 orders in the first day. And your upline and all the people you work with are going to go, how did you do that? And they're going to scream, Mary got 10 orders today. And they're going to make a big fuss. Is it because you're so skilled? Is it because you're spectacular? It's because you got lucky because you made the decision to build a list. You made a decision to be consistent. You made a decision to create content. You made a decision to care about the people that would be your customers, to add into their life, add into their business. You decided to collect them all in one place so you could mass communicate with them, and you get lucky. The last one, I'll tell you the one that'll make you the most lucky. Taking a sip of my coffee. I didn't get to the coffee before we got going. You want to know what'll make you the most lucky? Your contacts. Your contacts. I've been teaching since, gosh, I don't know which one of my courses I did here that I taught it in. The idea of connecting with kingpins, okay? Connecting with influential people. And by the way, here's what's cool. You never know who's going to end up being influential. So you need to connect with everybody, because the person who's like the new kid on the block this week, 2 years from now, can be the biggest marketer. Like I've known Russell Brunson since before he was Russell Brunson, Ray Higdon before he was Ray Higdon, Tanya Lees before she was Tanya Lees. I could go through all the people that I knew before they went large, right? Your contacts is the thing that will make you the luckiest. Because one influential person telling everybody to check you out can change your career forever. So I have always focused on the connections with those contacts. I have always focused on the relationships with those people. I have always, we had COVID, so we couldn't get to the events, but I have always gotten to the events. I have always made that one of the primary parts of my business, because you want to get lucky, you want to have the luck of the marketer, you want to get lucky, that's it. Somebody calls you up one day and goes, hey, I have a leg in a company, I'm selling it, but I just want to get out, I'm going to sell it cheap. They sell you a huge leg. All of a sudden you have this built-in huge downline. Or somebody calls you up and they give you, do you know how many times I've gotten inside information about, it wasn't Ginny, my friend Ginny just said it was Execution Revolution was the first course I taught, the concept of relationship with kingpins. Gang, people will call me up and go, hey, listen, just mark your calendar because we're doing a big launch in 3 weeks and we want you to be part of it, right? 3 weeks, 2 months, whatever it is. And all of a sudden you have access to thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars more income because you got lucky. Not really. It's because you nurtured relationships. You were consistent. They've seen you around. You have a list. That means nobody's going to call you up if you don't have any, what I call gunpowder. If you haven't done these things so that you could get people to the event, you could get people in front of an offer. Nobody's going to call you up and ask you to be on the inside of a big launch. Nobody's going to call you up and say, hey, do you want to take this leg in an MLM? Nobody's going to tell you about the back alley deals that go on in the game. It's not luck. It's these 4 things. And when you do these 4 things, you tend to get really lucky. So that's this morning's call here on a beautiful St. Patrick's Day. True to form, it is rainy and kind of dreary here in Connecticut for St. Patrick's Day, so they can go out in the parade and, imbibe and be wet. So I'm going to be over at the MLSP fan page in a few minutes to meet and greet with you guys and just have a little discussion on this. And then I want to remind you tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern is the Deep Abyss Mastermind. We do that every third Thursday of the month. And this one's going to be pretty off the hook because it was by request. We're going to be talking about money being all around you and learning how to see it. When you can see it, it's easy to grab it. When you can't see it, it seems like, well, you're in the dark. So that's going to be powerful. That mastermind is always, it's a mixture of marketing strategy. I've done a lot of direct response marketing strategy. I've done a lot of influence stuff. I've done a lot of, oh gosh, I've done everything over 7 years. But it's always mind first, right? Marketing with mind first, thought first. Because I believe, and as Wallace Wattles said in The Science of Getting Rich, a rich man takes a rich man's thought before the rich man takes a rich man's action. You know, if you had a bow and arrow, right? If you had a bow and arrow right now and you need to feed yourself dinner, you wouldn't, and you only had a limited number of arrows, you wouldn't just start shooting them. You'd sit and you'd take a look. And if you were lucky, you'd have an expert show you where to look so you could hit the target. That is what we do in the Deep Abyss. It's me with my experience showing you how to see what you can't quite see yet. It's really powerful. It's $25 and it will change. I have testimonial after testimonial about how learning this stuff changed people's businesses. So I'm going to go over to the fan page, mlspfanpage.com. See you guys in just a couple of minutes. Take care. Oh boy. All right, I'm going to go over to the fan page. And yeah, I was very tongue-tied there, Miss Dina. Good morning. Marla, I messaged you, or maybe the other message didn't go, but I was in the middle of trying to message you. Ginny, hello. Hi, everybody. I'm going to go over to the fan page. And my eyes are bothering me. My eyeshadow is like uneven. My eyes are actually uneven is what it is. One's droopy. So then I'm looking at the way the eyeshadow is sitting, and it looks like one eye is like much bigger than the other. It's very weird to me. I don't know if you guys can see it or whether I'm just seeing it myself. It's weird. So, oh, one other thing I need to tell you about my tragedy. So I went to get my corned beef yesterday. And wiped out, no corned beef. And I'm like, dudes, it's on sale technically the whole week, no corned beef. So I got to try another supermarket. And even then it's getting late in the day. I could use the Instapot. But here's the deal. I don't think I'm getting any corned beef or I'm going to have to go out for it. I'm very upset. But you snooze, you lose. You know what I'm saying? So I'll see you guys on the fan page. Bye.